Good morning. It's Saturday morning and it's almost 9:30. We've already eaten, gotten all the breakfast dishes cleaned up, which big score for us because that usually doesn't happen by this point. And I am just taking care of some laundry issues and I'll show you what I'm doing. Being pregnant, I have a limited amount of clothing and I had some little spots. Well, these aren't the spots. This is what I treated it with. But just little spots from cooking some bacon. And they're little grease spots. And the best thing I found was just taking some grease cutting dish soap. So I'm using Palmolive, but Dawn works, anything like that. And just kind of rub that in on the spots. And then I take some really hot water and just sort of swish it and wash it, and then I just launder it as normal. And every time I've done this, all of the grease spots come out. Now these aren't really grease stains, they're just marks on the fabric where you know there's grease has landed and it won't come out in the wash like normal. I don't know if this would work if there was an actual grease stain, but for like bacon grease and things like this, this is my go-to way because we eat a fair amount of bacon. I'm always cooking it and I inevitably splatter on myself even when I wear an apron. So this does work. Let me know in the comments below how you guys treat your stains.
Mommy is now washing them in hot water.
Right, I just kind of rinsing the soap out and then we're going to throw it in the wash machine and wash them. And
hopefully the stuff gets out.
I think it will. It always does.
Here's our crop that we got for the day. The patty pans got a little overgrown. We had really dry weather and then we got a whole bunch of rain. That really made them grow quickly.
And this was 2 days.
Yeah, this is just 2 days worth here. And our first tomato of the year, not looking too good. Tomatoes were very late this year, but as you can see, we are probably going to get a whole bunch of tomatoes this year. They're looking very good.
When I was planting my seeds in the spring, remember we were trying to finish up all of these seeds. So we just have a mishmash of plants, and it's very interesting how the Romas seem to be having some sort of blight on them. It's not enough to kill them yet, but it's definitely working on it. But if you walk over here to my, I guess you'd probably call them either big boys or just some type of slicing tomato, and that's this plant, these couple plants here, they have very minimal blight at all and they look really, really healthy. So apparently it does really depend on the variety you have, whether or not you're going to get blight or not. And apparently this was the crop to grow this year because it seems to be doing a whole lot better than the Romas this year.
And the cauliflower is outdoing itself. I mean, this is great cauliflower. We got 2 this time, and they've also been staggering themselves so we don't get a whole bunch at any one time, which is good. And then the cucumbers, well, we missed a few, and they really got big because of the rain. And we should have enough to make some more pickles.
The banana peppers look like they do well no matter what kind of season, like if it gets dry or not, because look at how that's produced. Obviously I think these are, if I remember right, I think these are pimentos, even though they look like regular peppers. I think these are pimentos. These are my Italian slicing peppers, and I've got a whole bunch of them on the stems, and then these guys are finally starting to produce, but we don't need those until later.
Yeah, these are the jalapenos. We use those in salsa.
Right, so they can be as late as they want.
But the thing about salsa is you have to have onions, jalapenos, bell peppers, what else? Tomatoes,
Parsley.
And parsley all come due at the same time. And it was a year or 2 ago, we had one of the ingredients that wasn't doing well, and we ended up with very little salsa. But the year before we had so much, we just use that for another year, and everything worked out.
And lastly, I have this section of bell peppers, and they're doing pretty well too. You'll notice that the ones down here were the ones that flowered early, but then if you look up, there's nothing, and then we're just starting to get some more, and that's pretty indicative of a drought because peppers are pretty sensitive like that. So if they don't get enough water, they just stop flowering, or if it gets too hot, the flowers just drop off and you won't get any peppers. And you can look at the plants and can tell by the way they're growing how the season's gone.
We got 2 cosmoses this year. We have this one here, which is a normal cosmos. Then look at, what?
Actually, there's a baby one here that's not doing all that well.
Oh, right,
Right
we have
here.
3 cosmoses.
This one, that one's a later plant, but these 2 are my original plants.
But then there's this one. Look at this.
Look at the system on that. And in fact, because it's bending over, it's throwing out roots. Can you see the roots on the camera? See the roots on each of these?
What'd you say here? Okay.
Can you see those roots?
Yes.
So these are almost like individual cosmos plants. And this is supposed to be, I don't think I can tip it up now. This is supposed to be tipped up against the crib rail here for colors, and well, it just kind of. But the thing that's doing really well are the marigolds. As you can see, they just grow huge.
Yeah, those are huge.
Colorful.
How many marigolds is this?
This is 3 plants.
Only 3 plants?
There's one here, one in the center, and one on the end.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I love the marigolds because it just kind of, I need to weed here. It just sort of frames the beginning of the garden and just makes it look a little bit prettier when you're looking over here, because if you look, it's just like all this green stuff. It's just nice to have flowers on either end. And they say the flowers are really good for the plants too. So it's not like I'm being totally vain about it. It serves a purpose. When Art and I were out in the garden, we realized it was time to take our pickles out of fermentation. Here they are. Do they look scary?
Yes, they do. Can you see?
Okay, Daddy's scared. But we're not going to eat them yet. We're going to chill them.
I'm not into fermented stuff.
It might be fine. It might not be.
Don't smell that bad.
I think they smell good. Okay, well, let's refrigerate them and see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be cold enough by lunch.
I am just not into fermented stuff.
Well, you had a bad experience.
I did. When was the bad experience?
With your dad.
Oh no, that was. Oh, those pickles. Oh, we didn't eat any. They just rotted there, and they ended up getting dumped out. So I wouldn't exactly call that a bad experience.
So how do you know that you don't like them?
Just a nasty smell.
Oh, it did not smell nasty, did it?
I know what it was. I remember one time, my grandparents asked me if I wanted some sauerkraut, and I had no idea what sauerkraut was. So I said, "Oh, sure, why not?" Thinking that they would only give me good stuff. And I started eating it, and it was so nasty. And then it was a huge bowl of it. And then I kept eating it, thinking, because I wanted to be polite and not want to, I just wanted to be polite. So then a little while later they came over and they said, "Oh, I didn't mean you had to eat the whole bowl." So maybe that was my dislike of fermented food.
You know, it might not be bad. You've never tried it since. So your tastes have changed a lot.
And another thing is beer. I have never had beer, and it smells so nasty. I mean, I cannot imagine that anyone would want to drink beer, but those who do assure me that it is very, very good.
Do you know how crotchety you sound?
No, well, just about fermented foods. But anyway, I will try a pickle with an open mind and see what happens.
Just have to have a little taste.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, come on. I've never tried it. We're just going to try it, and worst comes to worst, you chuck out 1 jar of pickles.
Well, I know one thing for sure, that the other non-fermented pickles are really good. I do know that. And also about the beer, I figure I will let those who like it drink it, and no sense in it being wasted on me.
There's a group of garage sales here really close to our house. It's a court. So we decided we're just going to swing by and take a look.
Just look. Janelle's looking for stuff. What are you looking for?
You know, it just, for between Charity and me, sometimes it's worth looking around.
Janelle found another cookbook for slow cookers.
It's the Taste of Home. I've never seen these. And I'm thinking this would be really, yeah, this is not what I think I'm going to get this. Are you getting a light?
Yes. We're also getting a clamp on light. John and Charity like theirs so much that we're getting one for Peter. Janelle found some cake stuff at the same garage sale. We're hitting the jackpot here. A box of cake decorating stuff is only $1/4, so that's a pretty good deal.
This replaces my little basket for Christmas cards because my Christmas cards vomit out every year, so.
We dropped off our stuff in the van and we're headed to the next sale. At that sale we bought a bicycle for John or me, and it says lots to see, come on up. Looks like a little bit of a walk, but that's okay. Here's the next sale. They have a lot of trees. A lot of stuff here.
Yeah, they look a little small for Gracie. Gracie needs her own size. There.
Mary found some flip-flops for Grace. But I don't think we need some right now. This has to be the first time I've ever seen a fig tree at a garage sale. I would get a fig tree because I've always wanted a fig tree, but the price is a little steep on those. John's bike died, so we picked this one up for $40. It's in really good shape, and hopefully it will serve him well. Here are the garage sales, and it was one little road, and every family participated. So it was a nice little compact set of garage sales we went to. We're headed back to the garage sales because we bought some large tomato cages and they wouldn't fit in our vehicle. And also I forgot one thing. I'll show you when I get there. We got our tomato cages. We actually only bought a few, but then they found a whole bunch more that they gave us too. So that's good because we can really use those.
Just got the tomato cages and now we're heading back.
When we went here earlier, we were so busy with the bike that we forgot one thing that we were going to buy, and that's for you guys.
We're heading home and now Daddy's putting the tomato cages into the van, and we're going to use them and put them in our backyard.
Here's what I got for you guys. Since we're nearing our 3,000th subscriber, we're going to have a giveaway, and the winner gets this. It's a vintage, but looks like never been used waffle iron, and we would keep it ourselves, except for we don't really need another one, so we're going to give this one to the winner. I thought this gift was in keeping with our channel because we like getting good deals on things. It was only $3, and this is a really nice waffle maker, and I'm sure someone can get a lot of good use out of it. We should hit 3,000 subscribers within the next day or two, so keep in touch and we will have the details of the giveaway. A few days ago we bought 50 pounds of blueberries, and Janelle is putting those to good use right now.
Not sure how to get the skin off the banana. We might have needed to peel
I think
the banana.
you put it in the microwave for a few seconds and then I think it comes right off.
I'm not going to do 30 seconds. I'll check it in a minute. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Cool!
How did it work?
It worked fine. Plunk. Plunk, plunk. Gonna add some milk. Just a little bit of vanilla. Makes it taste good. And some milk to blend it all up. We'll say about that much. Might have to add more. Here we go. Ready?
Uh-oh. That didn't sound good.
It's just because the berries froze.
We're having our yummy smoothies. This is highly unusual in our family, sitting down and watching TV. The kids are watching the Olympics, and that's one show that usually we don't have problems with them watching. It's about 10 days every 2 years, and then they're over. So we brought the TV down from the 3rd floor, and we're letting them watch a little TV. While they're watching, they're also folding some clothes, and Charity is crocheting a washcloth.
I'm going to make some yogurt tonight. I'm using half and half, and half whole milk. And then because I don't have any starter, I'm just bought us a yogurt from Aldi's, and you have to make sure it says contains live and active cultures, which somewhere in here I read, there it is, active yogurt cultures. So that'll be my starter. I got my jugs all ready, and we'll have this done by tomorrow morning. I have my pickles here, and I'm going to open them up. Art has me thoroughly scared that I'm gonna greatly dislike these. So he's upstairs, he doesn't know I'm trying them. I'm just gonna try them and see how I like them with my unbiased taste buds. Just a little bite. I'm scared. I shouldn't be scared. See, he's got me scared. This is why you shouldn't say you don't like things around your kids, because it sets a precedent and then they don't want to try it. And because Art told me about how bad fermented pickles are, now I'm nervous about trying this. But I'm just gonna do it. Maybe. How bad can it be, right? Tasted fine. Might have to try another one. I think they would have been better if I put dill with them. But I didn't put dill with them because I was concerned about not following the recipe exactly. I didn't know if there was something that would happen by adding the dill that would change the safety of it. So I'll have to research that. Or do you guys tell me? Do you guys put dill in your fermented pickles? And is it okay that way? I don't know what he's so scared about. Maybe I should go sneak a piece up to him and see what his reaction is. Here's a piece for Art. We're gonna go take this upstairs to him, see if I can convince him to try it and see what his reaction is to it. Hi.
Hi.
I want you to try something.
What? Okay. Rotten pickle.
It's not a rotten
How
pickle.
about the...
It's fine.
What is that?
It's a rotten pickle.
Can I have a little
Boy,
taste?
you did a lot better.
Can I have a little taste?
Took me a while to get the courage up.
Can I have a little taste? That sounds good. Can I have a little
I
rotten
much
pickle?
prefer your dill pickles. Those are really good,
But they're not bad, are they?
weren't good. Weren't
Can I
bad.
have rotten
Neither bad nor good.
pickles? Can I have rotten pickles?
I think
good.
I think it would have been better if we had dill in it.
Yes, definitely.
You know, and then I think they're just as good as my pickles. And they might get better, Art, as they sit in the fridge.
Right, just tastes like rotten pickle. Or rotten cucumber.
It does not.
Mildly rotten.
To all of you out there, do not listen to him. It does not taste like a rotten cucumber. If it was rotten, I wouldn't be.
Mildly
No,
rotten.
it's not. It's vinegar. You're tasting vinegar. You're not tasting rotten. It's not rotten. I enjoy them. It's 11 o'clock. Art ran to the shop for a little while, did some more work because this is his really busy time at the shop. Everybody wants their instruments. It starts usually with the college kids. Within the next week, they want them before they go off to college. And then all of the schools start calling and saying, are my instruments done yet? And Art had some 80 some odd instruments to repair in just the last few weeks. So he went back to work for a little bit tonight. Art's home again. I was watching the Olympics, but I'm getting very sleepy, so I'm gonna call it a night. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog, and we'll see you for our next video. Good night.